I'm here with Peter Putnam. We have worked together, and you've used my program, and you've been extremely successful. So as we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've done, a little bit about your history, first of all, kind of growing up and...
Well, I've been overweight most of my life.
Okay.
Basically, as a kid, up and down a lot, and then after high school, I dropped some 10, 15 years, been feeling pretty good about myself, you know, the right weight. And then about 15 years ago, I started cranking it up.
Okay.
And probably, what, 5 years ago, I was well over 300 pounds.
Wow.
And just felt terrible. I had to go out and buy Velcro shoes, the whole works.
Really? Okay. So you're over 300 pounds, and you're not, how tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot, okay.
Yeah.
So what age, how old were you? You were kind of a regular weight, you were happy with your weight till you were about what age?
35.
35, okay. And were you happy with your weight, or were you a little bit overweight?
A little bit, but not uncomfortable. You know,
okay.
That was
a few pounds overweight, but you were okay with it.
You know, for mid-30s guy that does a lot of partying and stuff and likes to enjoy life, I was happy with myself.
Okay, all right.
And then it just started creeping up and getting away from me, and like I said, man, before I knew it, I was
over 300. All right. Okay. So during that time, I'm assuming, did you try things? Did you try different diets? What was your mindset?
Not until about 5 years ago. And finally, a couple of the girls at work suggested I try Weight Watchers.
Okay, so you use Weight Watchers.
I did that program, and I was able to lose 50 pounds over a couple, 3 years, and that was working well. And then it just stopped working. I'm not quite sure why, but as with a lot of things, you know, this wears off, and you just revert back to old habits.
Okay.
And so it just stopped working, and I started to go the other way again a little bit.
Right.
And then I was recommended to come see you.
Right, then we began working together. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take it from there, because that's when things changed. This was different than what you tried in the past, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was totally different. No diet to follow, no real guidelines to follow, no weekly meetings and weigh-ins.
Right, okay.
That was the worst part. I mean,
sure.
The program, Weight Watcher program, don't get me wrong, is a great thing. It works for a lot of people. It worked for me.
Yep.
But it just wasn't long-term the best choice.
Okay. So it was like,
I got bored with it.
So you kind of had to keep maintaining it, keeping it on the forefront of your mind.
On a daily basis.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Awesome. You have to be right on top of things to make it work and keep your mind on your objectives.
Sure.
And after a while, things just start to slide.
Right, definitely.
So.
Well, it's kind of the whole idea, that willpower idea, that you need to constantly focus on keeping the forefront of your mind. It's like that pretty much with any diet.
Sure.
You know, where you really need to keep it always in your mind.
Yeah.
And again, the way this is much different, because it kind of goes the back way. It changes some of our core beliefs in a sense.
It sure does.
Sure. So tell me, what, I mean, you look great, and we've got the picture actually here to show the difference, and we'll put that up in a second. How much have you lost right now? I mean, where are you?
256, I believe.
And
I'm down around between 205, 210 now.
Oh my gosh. So is that almost 50 pounds?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is your goal? I forget exactly what the number you wanted.
190.
190?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
I'm going to get there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let me ask you, speaking specific, because you've had experience with Weight Watchers in that approach. With this one here, again, what I always try and tell people that haven't been exposed to hypnosis or NLP, kind of going in through your mind, is what was different? I mean, what changed for you? Because it seems almost automatic now.
Well, that's the key. It is automatic. It just changes the things you do that you don't even think about. Eating slowly. That's the first thing I noticed. After the first session, I went home, cooked supper, and all of a sudden I was sitting there watching TV eating, and I realized that I'm taking a bite and chewing it for about 2 minutes and taking another bite instead of walking down.
Right.
And you don't even think about that stuff. But it just changes the automatic things that you do without really thinking about them. And your habits, and going shopping and walking by the things that used to be irresistible, you know, the popcorn and things like that you just walk by without even thinking about now.
Right.
I used to think about food all day long, what I'm going to have for supper. That's not an issue anymore.
Okay.
food's not the main topic of interest anymore.
That's a big difference, isn't it? I mean, again,
Sure is.
in diets, don't they, in a sense, they don't mean to, but even Weight Watchers, which works for a lot of people,
You're focusing
it's
on
focusing
that.
on food.
You're thinking about it all day, and if you think about something long enough, you're going to crave it, you're going to want it, and man,
Sure. All right. So you literally, and I always say to people, I mean, it's really taking place in you, it's a change of focus, in a sense. So it just becomes less important. And once that happens, it's not this kind of, not that your willpower's gotten better, but you don't need any willpower so much because it's not always in your mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Great.
And the nice thing about hypnosis, it really doesn't, you don't give up the things you like, you just don't want them.
Right.
That's things about what happened with me in particular is because of the hypnosis, I was able to utilize the tools that I learned from Weight Watchers. As I said, it's a great program, and I did learn a lot, but I was able to put those to use again and make them work.
Sure.
So it was a combination of things, really.
Right.
Hypnosis is what really made it easy to happen.
Right. I would say a lot of times people know what to do. They know what foods they should eat and all the rest of it. The question is, how do you do it on a regular basis?
Yeah.
And again, that's what hypnosis and LP kind of gets to.
Yeah.
How can I do this, easily and automatically?
Sure.
And so now we talked about the worst part. What's the best part? That's the part I want to talk about now. What is the best part of being this successful in your weight now and having this body?
Well, my ego's like up to here right now. People are constantly saying, wow, you look great, what you do, and so forth. So
right.
That's a lot of it.
Great. Sounds good. Pete, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you. Appreciate it.